Hello and welcome to Petals Productions. Today I am going to be showing you how to make an American Girl doll infinity scarf. For this video you will need some yarn, a pair of scissors, and your hand. Before we start, I just wanted to show you I love making these scarves, and I made a bunch of different ones in a bunch of different colors. They might look big, but since it's like an infinity, so you do it twice, it's really not that big. And I have like purple, red, yellow, this turquoise, and this like multicolored one, which I really like. Today I'm going to be using the pink yarn. So what you will need to do is take your non-dominant hand, and since I write with my left hand, I will be using my right hand to do this. But if you write with your right hand, you will use your left hand. So you will use the hand that you do not write with. So to start off, you take the end of the yarn, and you take your thumb and you put it there so it's like not loose, and you just like stick it in. So if you do it with your right hand, you would just stick it in like this and you would hold it down. And what you would do is you would take it, you need like a lot, so stretch a lot out. So you would go behind your first finger and wrap it around like this, so you're making kind of a loop. And then you go behind your second finger and you wrap it around like this. And then you go behind, so you keep going behind and you keep wrapping around. And then you go behind your pinky and you wrap around. And then once it's here, you just put it right over your fingers like this. So to start off again, to see how it goes. So what you would do is you put your thumb down in like this. And then you wrap it around your first finger and it's behind. And then, so you're starting to wrap around this. You don't do this because that's wrong, because you can see it's not right. So you would go behind and wrap it around, and then behind, wrap it around, behind, wrap it around, and behind, wrap it around. And before you wrap it around a second time, you just pull it over like this. So you just push it over, and there's like a line and all these loops. So once you reach this stage, what you have to do is you basically take the loop, so you kind of tug on it, and you can bend your finger, and you do not move this string. If you want to, like I'm doing, you can like put your hand face down on a flat surface so the string doesn't like come off like that. So you just like can hold it down like on a table or on the floor, anywhere. And so like kind of like you can make these like really loose so it can be easier for your first time. But after a while you get used to the tightness of it because it might be a bit tight. But like try not to pull this one too much, because if you do too much, this will come off. And so you would bend your finger so it can go through the loop. So you would bend your finger, so as you can see it kind of makes like an A shape because that string is still there, and then you just push it down and it's behind now, if you can kind of tell. And then you take the second one, you can tug on it. Do not move this string. So if you want to, you can keep it straight, or you can like make it loose. And then you bend your finger and you pull through. So now the loop is behind. And then you do it a third time. So you just go from here to here. I wouldn't suggest going here to here because I've never tried it, but I don't think it would be right. And then for the pinky, you just pull it over. And as you can see, they mostly go between the fingers like that. And you push that down, and then it's over here, the string. So what you would do is you would wrap it around all the way to the pinky like it would be on a pinky, like we did for the first step, and you put it down again. So you make another straight line that your loops can go over. And so for one more time, you would go up, through, up, through, up, and then through. You kind of have to bend your fingers or else it's difficult, but for the pinky you can just pull it over. And you can kind of see these little lines. It might look like not a braid or a weave at all, but after a while it actually starts to form. And sooner or later you'll have to let go of this, because if you keep holding on, you'll keep pulling it out. So you'll pull your work that you just did. So I'm going to hold on to it for one more time because then it's too short for me to hold on to. So then you wrap it around again. So you take it from here, you wrap it around like this. It's on the back. Wrap it around, and then you put it down, and then you can loose it up, pull it through, and then you can start. It's really simple, and you just keep doing this. And I'm gonna let go of it now because it's kind of getting too short, and you can keep pushing it down. And as you can see, the string is coming from here, and yeah, whoops. And I'll do it one more time, and then I'll pause, and then I will keep doing it when it's like midway done. So you just pull it through, pull it through, pull it through, pull it through. In a sign to show that you're doing it correctly is you kind of see the tiny braids form. Those are like the tiny knots. If it's kind of like rainbow loom, where it's like when you make a fishtail, it's like loops and loops and loops. Kind of looks like that. So if you see that on these two fingers especially, that's a good sign between your pinky and your middle and fourth finger. And so yeah, and you can kind of see kind of like these are the knots, and you can kind of see them starting to form right there. And it might not look like much, but it will become a lot, and it does take up a lot of string but not a lot of time. So just keep doing it, and I would suggest doing it while watching like YouTube or a TV show or anything really. So, and you can just do it, you can sometimes do it without looking, but I prefer to look just in case if I forget a loop. And so you just keep doing it, and maybe if you want to, you can even watch some of my other YouTube videos while you're doing this. So you just keep going, and as you can see, it's already starting to form. It looks bad because it's a start, but soon it will become more tight. And I'll be back when I'm about midway. So now I am about midway, and I like to measure it with this scarf because I think this one was my best scarf of measurement wise, and so I measure all my new scarves based on this one. So as you can see, if I kind of like circle it about evenly enough, I only have this much more to go, and I only did this one. It took me like 5 minutes to do, not even this like much, besides the ones I showed you on the video. But you just have to keep going, and I will show you how to tie it off. Is you have to tie it off a special way, or else it like unravels. And I left a bunch of string extra just in case if something else unravels, I retie it. So that's what I recommend doing. It might look weird. You can just like tuck it in your doll's shirt, or if they're wearing their hair down and it's long, you won't even see it. So yeah, I'm going to keep going, and when I get about here, I will come back and show you how to knot it off. When you are at your desired length, like I am right now, cut off this much string. So what you have to do is pretend you're about to put it under your thumb, but you're not. So pull it over there, the string, and then pretend this is a needle. And this is the thread. So what you would do, this is like the fabric. So this is the needle and thread, and this is the fabric. So what you would do is you would take your needle, your string, and you would go under the loop, so through the loop, and pull up like that, and you can kind of see it's through the loop. And then on this finger you would go down, so you would take your needle and pull it through the bottom but downwards like this. So it's kind of like up and down. And the next one you would go up like this, and then you would go down like this, and you would pull, and then you are allowed to take it off your fingers. And I cannot do this step again, so replay this part if you want to see it, and pull a bit just like this, and then not too much because then you kind of unravel it a bit. And then what you would do is you would just take your other small string right here, there it is, and I don't know why that loop is hanging off weirdly, But you would take it and then you would just tie a knot with them together. So I tied the end, and I tied it similarly as I did to this one. So I tied it and then I kept tying a bunch of knots like that. So that's just practically what I did. And yeah, so now I'm going to show you how it looks like on my doll. This is what it looks like on Kaya, and I think it looks really pretty on her. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'm sorry this video was a bit long. Bye!